It's heavy. All right, gotta hit the gym. Whew. Okay. Yo, what up guys, Bo here. New year, new monitor. That's how we do it, right? That's how we do it. During CES back in January, LG launched a crap load of new monitors. They range anywhere from 4K to ultra-wide to even a 5K ultra-wide that I would love to get my hands on. So someone please tell LG to hit me up. Here with me today is the new LG 27UK850, which is a direct successor to the popular 27UD88 that I've been using for the last couple of years. So let's get right into the unboxing and see what's new for LG's new flagship 27-inch 4K monitor. Unboxing knife, please. Do not open from this side. Of course not. Go. All right, we got a two-part stand, back full of cables, and wow, this ginormous power brick. Okay. All right, finally the monitor itself. So LG recommends that you place the monitor face down on something soft so you don't scratch the surface while assembling the stand. But here at Bell Tech, we don't need a soft surface. We hardcore. Basically looks the same as the 27UD88. It's toolless, so all you gotta do is screw the base in like so, like so, like so. On the back, you just pop this in, you're ready to go. This is gonna be part of my dual monitor setup, so I'll definitely have it on the arm. But while this is on the stand, it's spec time. Starting with the stand, you can adjust the height about 4.3 inches, tilt between -5 to 20 degrees, and pivot to 90 degrees for portrait mode. But sadly, no swivel, which is odd. This thing measures 27 inches diagonally, 3840 by 2160 4K resolution at 60 Hz, 1001 contrast ratio. It's an IPS panel with a 178-degree viewing angle, grade-to-grade response time of 5 milliseconds, sRGB 99% color accuracy, a max of 450 nits, AMD FreeSync, plus an anti-glare coating, so it's great regardless of your room lighting condition. Unlike its predecessor, it has a pair of 5-watt stereo speakers firing downward, and although it won't replace any dedicated speakers anytime soon, pretty good to have in a pinch. So the big upgrade for 2018 is HDR, or High Dynamic Range. I mean, those three letters were plastered all over LG's booth at CES, and this one is no different. This 4K monitor is compatible with HDR10, and although it says it's 10 bits, really 8-bit with AFRC, so in reality it's kind of like simulated 10-bit. LG continues this ultra-thin bezel design, and it looks really good. The only complaint I have so far is the bottom trim is really cheap, and I don't mean cheap looking, but look at this thing, it's already warped out of the box, and there's this big gap at the center which is really unacceptable at this price point, especially if LG is marketing it as a flagship 4K monitor. The whole thing just doesn't feel quite premium, mostly due to its plastic shell, but maybe I'm just spoiled by Apple's now discontinued Thunderbolt display that's all metal and glass. Moving on to the back, we're greeted with a whole lot of ports. Starting with the USB-C that will not only pass a 4K video signal, but data transfer and charging laptop up to 60 watts. Not quite the full 85 watt for the 15-inch MacBook Pro. There are two HDMI 2.0 ports, one DisplayPort 1.2. All the video ports have HDR support and are compatible with the latest HDCP 2.2 copy protection, so it has no problem displaying videos from 4K streaming services, game consoles, and ultra-high-def Blu-ray players. Two USB 3.1 Gen 1 ports, so you have a generous 5 gigabits per second transfer speed. A headphone jack and power port rounds out the list. LG has decided to stick to the whole white color scheme for the back, and it's definitely grown on me. Although if your monitor faces the wall like most do, the color is not going to really make a difference. I'm not going to go into detailed charts and graphs because, well, they only tell part of the story, and most people don't buy monitors based on charts and graphs. Just like you probably don't buy a car solely based on how many horsepower or torque it has. I'm gonna give you my impression based on real-world usage, ranging from video editing, which is my primary purpose, to office work, to occasional gaming. So if you're familiar with LG monitors released within the last couple of years, then you'll be right at home with this monitor controls. There are no buttons found anywhere, but rather the famous or infamous LG nipple. Yeah, so with this nipple, you can navigate to all of the settings, including input, color adjustments, game modes, volume control, and such. Backlight bleeding hasn't always will be a concern, and thankfully in my testing, I encounter a minimum amount of backlight bleed, even better than my LG 5K Ultrafine. As I've mentioned, my primary purpose is video production, which means color accuracy is really important to me. And I usually use the LG 5K Ultrafine as a reference since it has a 10-bit panel with P3 wide color gamut. So if I'm able to match the color reproduction to the 5K Ultrafine, then it's good enough for me. Here are some clips of the two monitors side by side showing the exact same clip, and well, you can judge for yourself. Keep in mind that I've already calibrated both monitors with an X-ray display calorimeter to set both screen color profiles as close to each other as possible. And as you can see, it's not easy to tell them apart. The $700 price point is certainly not cheap, but it's not really expensive considering what you're getting. So what are you getting for $700? A modern design with ultra-thin bezels, IPS panel 4K resolution with HDR support. It can act as a USB hub with just a single connection to your MacBook that also acts as a power cord. Accurate color reproduction for video and photo editing. AMD FreeSync for supported games. So whether or not it's worth the $700 admission, you need to decide if these 5 things are important to you. And if they are, you want to check it out, I'll have the link down below. Let me know down in the comments what kind of screen you guys are rocking, whether it be 4K, 1080, or maybe a vintage CRT. So go ahead and hit that thumbs up if you like this video, and make sure to subscribe for more videos just like this. This is Bo. Hey, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.